What is going on? What is going on, YouTube? CBC, Coastal Boxing Club. Eddie Unsteady here. What is going on, guys? Yo, I am back with you guys with another video. Oh, man. I just wanted to recap the Tyson Fury and Wilder fight. I know a lot of people have their opinions on that fight. On my behalf of that fight, my opinion is it was a very, very great classic fight. That was one of the best fights I have ever seen in a long time. Just the dynamics of the fight, the way how everything was going down, the way everything was playing out, the way how I see Tyson. Honestly, the first thing I thought Tyson Fury was going to come out heavy, at least 300 pounds weigh in. You know, at least close to 300 pounds at weigh in. That's what I was expecting, but apparently, that didn't happen. And the result of that was what you guys have seen that night. What a crazy fight. Speechless. Have almost like I'm still kind of shocked because I was going for Wilder, but in reality, I knew Tyson Fury was a better boxer. And you can't take nothing away from Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was obviously the better man that night, the better fighter. He went out with everything he had. Tyson Fury's not gonna sit there and take punishment. He's gonna pick his punches and work his way around, play with you. And then that's what he did that night. He used his weight against Wilder. Every time he came in, he hit him with the jab. Oh, let me hold you. You maybe use my weight. Okay, then the referee will separate him. He'll come in with the 1-2. With a couple combination, then whack, hold Wilder. Hold him all this weight. But at the same time, Wilder was able to take a beating and still was able to exchange and connect. And that's a whole nother dynamic of the fight, how I was seeing it. A lot of people say the second fight was stopped early. A lot of people were saying, the referee, the corner threw in the towel and a whole bunch of different things, and we let it play out. Everyone let it play out this time, and everyone saw the outcome. I was devastated when I seen that knockout. I basically the whole the first 3 rounds, I gave Wilder the second round, obviously, the first round and the third round I gave it to Fury. After the third round, I honestly thought the fight was technically over for Wilder. I thought, all right, Fury dropped Wilder in the third round. Oh shit, it just happened. Everything would just happen. It happened again. Boom, Wilder's on the ground. I thought he wasn't gonna be able to, pass that round. But he was able to see that round and came back with a knockdown in the next round. Not only he came back with a knockdown, he came back with 2 knockdowns, and it's like, whoa, this whole thing just kind of shifted in a way, and it's like, oh wow, now we have a hurt Fury. So it's the whole dynamic of the fight shifted, and it's like the whole atmosphere of the fight. It's like even at the way, even at the when it was at the ring, you felt the tensions between two fighters. You felt this fight was completely different, and it was a heavyweight match. It was a classic fight. I cannot. Oh my gosh. Devastating, devastating, devastating. I wish this fight could have turned out differently, in my opinion. But Fury was definitely the better man, the better boxer that night. It's like now, what's next? What do you think? Who you think Fury should fight next? Leave your comments below. Tell me who you guys think. Do you think Alexander Usyk versus Fury, or do you think a Anthony Joshua rematch with Usyk? And if Joshua was to retain his title, they both would let's say fight. And if this whole situation was to dead as to play out, we will have a classic fight. Any other fights that you guys think will make a classic heavyweight fight? There would be like, like right now, a lot of people saying, who is the best heavyweight fighter right now there is. Right now I will have Tyson Fury as one. I will have Alexander as two. Who else do you guys have as three? I would consider right now, my opinion, I would think Wilder's it's four, and I will have maybe maybe let's say Andy Ruiz or Luis Ortiz. Let's just throw them out there. You know, my opinion is there's a lot of great fighters out here. And now, where do you put Wilder? Wilder is still, the one of the best power puncher, out there. And that's taking nothing away from Fury. Fury has a very amount of power. But let's see. Let's see, what happens between Anthony Joshua and Usyk. Whoever wins that fight, let that fight play out. The winner of those two fight either should make the fight happen between Tyson Fury and Usyk, or make a fight between like a mandatory fight for like Andy Ruiz to fight, or Andy Ruiz to fight um Andy Ruiz to fight Wilder as a mandatory fight, And let's see how that would play out. Because my opinion with Andy Ruiz and how he's looking like, there's nothing stopping him. He's just nothing but on the road to success. A lot of people thinking Andy Ruiz will be, not a perfect match for Wilder, but look, look what Tyson Fury was able to accomplish that night. A lot of people think um Anthony Joshua will definitely win, and I think Anthony Joshua would win the rematch with Usyk. It was just I guess, a way to fill each other out that night. Dylan White Dylan White and Andy Ruiz be a great fight. Yeah, that definitely would be a great fight. Like Dylan White, wow, Dylan White and Andy Ruiz, big boys, huh? Do you think if Dylan White was to fight Wilder, what would that fight look like? Like, there's a lot of big boy fights. Not even the fights. Like, let's kind of mix this up real quick. The upcoming fight with Canelo and Plant. That fight is only a couple weeks away. I believe it's what, November 3rd. A lot of people think um Plant has a a chance, and why not? Why not give Plant a chance? Plant Plant's a great fighter. Canelo's a great fighter. He has the belt. Plant has the belt. It's like can't take nothing away from him. That is a very very even fight. Oh, hold up. Let me light this gas. But, oh man, not to have any silence because right now I'm just trying to do this little live right here on the phone and everything, trying to make everything a little update for tonight. But yes, damn, I'm upset about that fight. So Florida gas. So there's a lot of fights was coming up. I believe that fight was what was that undercard? It was an undercard. Yes, the Berlanga fight. That Berlanga fight that night was a very, very, very great fight as well. A lot of people called that fight was gonna be I called that fight was gonna be a second round knockout. And that fight ended up, going the distance. Not only going the distance, Berlanga got knocked down and it was like, oh shit. You got knocked down and end up going all 12 rounds and winning by decision. No surprise, but no surprise being he is the champ. But there you go. It's like you still can be knocked down in a fight and still win a fight. But that's this little quick video I'm doing now. Until next time, CBC Coastal Boxing Club. Eddie Unsteady. Peace.